On? 7 out of 10 at best?
Always.
Welcome to the CCO Pre-Show for episode 470.
470?
We're getting there, hey?
Holy shit.
We are almost as old as Uncle Brando.
Not even close.
Not even close. We're
Early-
we did. We talked at the same time.
We did. But
God
I'm gonna
dang
go
it.
I'm gonna go first though, because I'm the oldest. Earlier today.
Not even close.
As of recording, we talked about how my dad is so old because he gave birth to me. He invented Sanskrit.
Bro, I think you're older than your dad.
I can't be older than my dad. That's how math works, Ryan.
I think you're older than your dad.
Well, your mom's your dad, so I
just
think that's
gonna hit you
even
with the mom of your
weirder.
dad.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if your mom's your dad, you can head to patreon.com slash CCO podcast. If you want to hear Uncle Brando air laugh, a couple bucks a month goes a long way to keeping the air in his lungs.
It really does. We are getting to the point in Canada we have to pay taxes to breathe. So if you
dude.
want to help out, it helps.
Dude, yeah, hey, we get starting tomorrow, GST Forgiveness Day.
On beer.
Is there actually?
Oh yeah, that's real. Anything under 7% alcohol, no GST,
I
baby.
did read that. Yeah,
Yeah, buddy.
People from the land of the free are like, yeah, so.
Yeah, that's what fucking life is.
Yeah.
We go to Target and pay $10 for 14 beer. Well, here in Canada, we pay $14 for 4 beer.
They got Target? We don't even have Target.
We don't. We don't. They tried, but then they put up those weird Ninja Turtle pajamas. and
Well,
they closed
yeah,
down.
it wasn't real Target. It wasn't real Target. Hey, you know what? Hey, listen, I brought up the Patreon. We had a CCO meeting. Does that work? So we go to the Coachman licensed beverage room. That's where we go.
Oh, yeah.
And we were brainstorming with the Dude Bros some new ways to provide value to the patrons last night. And I felt pretty good when we left.
I did too, because we left.
I never feel good leaving the Coachman licensed beverage room.
Nah, I don't either, because we've usually had a bunch of beers, but then I gotta drive home.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't feel good to do that, and you shouldn't do that.
No. Always drink responsibly. You almost put your foot in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here we go. We're gonna do old school pre-show here and do a little bit of a guessing game.
What?
Yeah, we've got an Uncle Brando deck tech for tomorrow that we're using to highlight, I guess, how much of a bad thing is actually bad and how much is just like people assuming it's going to be bad, or how much of it isn't actually bad and people are just being complainy Magic players. All of the above is the answer.
Yes.
But we're going to guess. It's somebody that from our Magic Foundations review that you said that you were going to build.
That'll give it away to everybody.
Well, if they don't remember, they'd have to go back
yeah.
and watch, which we can sucker another view out of somebody,
which
which is
I would
fantastic.
appreciate. Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
But if you don't want to do that, or you don't want to take the time, or frankly, you're too lazy, what other hints can we give?
That I feel like that's it.
She's a she. I gave that away right off the top.
She has little wee hands.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, on the socials, I've been noticing lots of people saying how small her hands are.
Oh, here's a hint. Is that an anime thing?
I never thought so.
Oh.
I don't know. I just thought they're pretty proportional, but now that I've read how many people think her hands are small, I definitely see it now.
Maybe that's an art style thing within the anime subgenre of cartooning.
Maybe. And the value on this card has gone through the ceiling.
Yes, okay, that's another hint. This is not one of them that is worth 48 cents now that used to be worth $75.
Yeah,
This one is still worth quite a bit.
It's not Jellyfish Lady. It has gone up.
That's
since
right.
Jellyfish Lady.
And I would say it's on par in terms of price with another card, another legendary monocolored card that sees a lot of play that we compared this card to in our review.
Did one of the Dude Bros open one yesterday?
Yes. So let's give hints to that card as a means to give hints to this card. Same ape, same ape.
Yeah, see, people know. People get it now. People get
Yes,
that.
this is a card that
People get it now, yeah, for sure.
Yes, very Nyarhar, very CEDH type card,
Yeah.
very non-traditional mana dork type card.
This one worth way more than that card, like 50% more.
No, those-
based on
no-
the numbers on the screen.
No, that card is worth just as much as this card.
Uh-uh.
No?
Uh-uh.
Oh man, people
Oh,
are
no.
going to get so confused at these hints because we're actually giving hints to two different cards.
Yeah, but
Do you think anybody's going to get it?
everybody's gonna get it.
You think?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Are we going to give any other hints?
No.
I don't know if people are going to get it.
Maybe we will.
Oh, that's a hint.
See, we're very sneaky. We're very good at this. We're very good.
I didn't even get it at
Yeah,
first.
see, but then you did because you paid attention. That's
Yeah.
important. And
Okay.
people out there are paying attention, and it is also good. This is going to be a cool deck, though, and we're going to talk about like
Yeah.
how much doing the thing is worth doing the thing versus the hate versus value of doing the thing worth doing the thing.
Yeah, and not even
And people are going to get that too, which is awesome. That makes me happy.
there's
I'm very-
there's a
very
whole
good.
bunch of levels to that too. Like the hate as in mechanically or strategically within the game, the hate, or really the strategy that you're using, how it makes people feel. So it doesn't matter what their strategy or your strategy actually is when we talk about the deck, they just don't want to play against it. Think of, and this is going to lead right into it, and I want to talk about it here.
Ooh.
Mill. Because not a lot of people, and now here's the thing, a lot of people who play with me, they're kind of used to it. But when I play with strangers, a lot of the times when you're playing a strategy like mill or stacks or discard or like control magic, you got to kind of justify it and say, hey, I only have, like, only my commander does this, or only got one card that does this, right?
I don't like that you have to. Yeah, last night at EDH&M, I was playing Toxrill.
Uh-huh. Toxtron's another one like that.
And on board, I could make 7 mana. And that includes my Cabal Coffers and Urborg. I could make 7 mana.
You ever play black?
Well, not very well. It
Not
turns
yesterday,
out.
you didn't. You can only make 7 mana, all of them blue.
So I played Toxrill on 7 mana, right? And then
It got killed.
player 2 goes. Player 3 goes. Player 4 tries to kill my Toxrill. Fierce Guardianship.
Oh.
Because that's how I can live my life. Because it's paid the whole thing. And then somebody tries to counter my Fierce Guardianship.
Oh.
Pact of Negation.
And then you got all your lands destroyed and you frickin' lost the game.
And then I got in lots of trouble. Oh, you're going to play free counter spells to back up your 7 mana commander?
Doing the thing that we're talking
And
about.
it's like, dude, like, I time walked myself. Because my next turn, because in order to make 7 mana, I had to use my Cabal Coffers. But also in order to make 5 mana, I had to use my Cabal Coffers. So on my next turn, I played a land and said go, right? Like, I basically got time walked to not have my commander get killed.
You spent 2 cards in order to save your commander just to play a land.
Yeah.
Ooh, welcome to Magic, bitch.
Right?
Well,
Like-
and you know what? That could be part of the conversation is, okay, I've got my 7 mana commander. I need ways to save it because 7 mana is like lots if it's an integral part of my strategy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put in free counter magic or a lot of like disruption, which sometimes people, when they get disrupted, you know how randomly like the same person might get disrupted like 3 times in a row by one player?
Yep.
And then they assume that they've got it out for them.
Yep.
And then it becomes like a social thing. Well, you're just trying to pick on me or target me or whatever, right? But when you've got your 7 mana commander, I think that free counter magic is a perfectly serviceable solution to not have to pay 9 then 11.
Yeah.
And
And nobody wants to do 9/11.
definitely not. To me, as a player that's been playing Magic for like freaking 20 years,
Yeah.
and EDH for over a decade, I understand that.
Yep.
But for newer players out there, or even players that you might not have ever played against,
Yeah.
they just see, what was it? It was
Fierce Guardianship.
Fierce Guardianship, then Pact of Negation. They
Yep.
just see double free counterspell and they assume the worst. Like, is that what the other 95 cards in this deck are?
Yeah, and To be fair, those were the two free counter spells I play in the deck, and I kept my opening hand because I had them.
Yeah, nobody knows that,
Yeah.
right? Like, nobody knows that those are the only free ones, and nobody knows that that's why you kept your opener.
Yeah.
You could have kept your opener because Urborg and Cabal coffers.
Didn't.
Oh.
I had a 2-lander. My third land
Oh, I
was...
heard you say this is what I get for keeping a 2-lander.
My
I
third
heard
land
you
was
say-
Cabal Coffers, which did nothing, and then I had to use my expedition map to get the Urborg so that my Cabal Coffers would work, because I only had 2 swamps.
Ooh.
So previously I've been tapping Urborg and 2 swamps to make 2, because I thought it was funny.
Yep. This, and I'll go back to this. I'll die on this hill. Mono black zombies, best zombies. Because you don't got to do any of that bullshit jumping through hoops. I just drop Cabal coffers and I'm good to go.
Man, tomorrow's deck, that's what we're going to do. Oh, yeah.
That's a hint.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
Playing
hint.
22 swamps, baby.
Oh yeah. Any other lands in there? 22 swamps and Urborg. Or a Cabal. That's probably enough. Eh?
Not as many as you'd think.
I play 13 lands in some of my deck. That's like lots.
It's messed up. It's messed up,
I
dude.
always tell people that when I sit down and play with them. How many lands you got in there? 13? That's lots, right? I play like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
They like look at me.
What's the matter with you?
Yeah.
You ever seen CCO?
Yeah. No, I guess you haven't.
Turn 1 Arc Slogger. Let's go.
Baby, so good. Okay,
That's a
okay.
good deck.
I want to use. I've been playing the Mind Skinner a lot lately, right? We've done it. We've done somebody else's Mind Skinner. We've talked about it on the pre-show before. I did it on Commander at Populum,
He put Bruvac in his. Yeah, we get it.
and the deck fucks. Like,
good.
I mind skinned. Oh man, who was I playing? I was playing against Alex and Ben.
Yep.
F you to both of those guys.
Yeah.
And just ranched them. Like, oh man, it was a 3-lander, 3 islands, all mismatched. Not even all foil.
You're a monster.
Oh, a monster. Alex didn't even want to look at it.
The non-foil is why it's a problem. It's disgusting.
So I go turn 2, Lightning Greaves. Turn 3, Mind Skinner. Hitch for 10, mill 10, everybody. Turn 4, Alex Demonic Tutors. I hit him with a Mind Break Trap. Turn 4, Bruvac. Mill you guys for 20. Turn 5, I had to replay Mind Skinner because he died. And then take 10 again because I had Swiftfoot Boots or Lightning Greaves.
Yeah.
Turn 6, I drop a Bone Horde and give it haste and attack for 10 plus 36. So it was 46 more mill and they all died. Turn 6.
Yep.
And that was after getting my commander disrupted. I'm so, at this point, I'm confident enough that it might be my de facto mill deck.
It's very good. Mind Skinner's real good, man.
And it's got 1 toughness, so bite me. But the thing about it is it's not Bruvac. It's not a doubler in the zone, which kind of removes it from that egregious, oh my God, I hate this deck and I haven't even played against it yet. And it's not a 0, like a 1/4. It's not Grand Arbiter. Yep. It's none of those things. So people don't immediately assume the worst. Like it's going to be a control deck, a stacks deck, a slow, grindy mill deck. It's not going to be any of those things. It's going to drop guys and try and hit you in the face as hard as I can. And it's still an 8-turn clock or a 6-turn clock, which I think is a fine
That's a pretty
amount of time.
I still think if you want to keep it casual, you should cut Bruvac. But other than that, I agree with you.
You're probably right.
Bruvac is much too good.
If-
Because I was playing a way stronger deck than you.
And I
but
branched you.
Bruvac
Yes.
beat me.
Yes, and I'm torn because if I remove Bruvac, I would put something in that would give +8 or +10 or like a double strike or a double power type equipment.
Why don't you just not do that?
I could not do that, and I
Do
would
like
make
another mill card or add an
You're right.
additional persistent partitioners.
No,
It's the-
none of those guys suck. They
it's
only got 1 power.
It's the
Consistency.
the pursuance of efficiency over the pursuance of fun or interesting gameplay.
That's
the
a
difference.
topic that we're probably going to have to come back to. That's the pursuance of consistency or.
I want your deck to be good and not to be fun.
I'm also
for
going to say
everybody.
like high level power, right? Top end and consistent. Like if we could plot where decks exist on a graph of power and consistency, the decks that are high power, high consistency are generally the ones that people have a stigma about. And those are going to be your Toxrills, your Grand Arbiters, your
top end mill deck, regardless of the commander,
and the
it
decks that
probably
have a
sits
lot
in
of
there.
redundancies in them, right? Like you think of and I'm not saying that this is the whatever, the jerk off best deck or whatever, but like a Torbrand deck that it's running every single instance of deal damage,
do one,
and
yeah.
double damage and added damage. That deck is going to be hyper consistent. What's his name? Pew Pew, the guy from Warhammer 40K does one, but he does three. So
double,
consistent.
2 guns guy.
Guyerson Starn?
I don't care.
So consistent. And also high power because it leverages speed. It goes faster than you, right? And that deck now, in the last couple of years, has developed a stigma. It's the one that you want to kill the commander first on.
Every time.
Right? And all of that's fine if that's the experience that everybody wants, right?
Yep.
But there are some niche strategies within that high power, high consistency kind of area of the graph that are like Urza stacks, Grand Arbiter stacks, Toxrill stacks. Let's say Bruvac Mill.
Sure.
What's other discard, like Tiny Bones discard.
Yeah. Who was the lady?
Turgrid is
Yeah, I
another
was going to
one.
say the lady that ruined DDH. Turgrid.
Turgrid. What's another one that was going to ruin EDH, but we never saw it? Was Xander, the guy, the 7-mana Xander guy?
I think Xander was actually the biggest afraid of nothing. I've never seen a Xander deck in my life.
No, I never. Alex does play Xander in his demon deck because he's a demon.
Yeah.
But I milled the fuck out of that. He was in his graveyard before he even knew.
I had him in a deck one time, and I think I drew him once. I was like, man, he got 7.
Yeah.
Nah. But
No.
And I'm not saying that makes him bad, but like he certainly didn't blow up the game. But he would have a stigma if you put him down and people read him, people would go, what the fuck is this?
Yep.
What?
Yeah. So I don't have my phone on me because I'm not a podcasting professional. It's over there charging by producer Gary.
That's right.
But you sent me a text message and said like cost reward, like how many of these things that people don't like to play against, or how much of a certain strategy can I include in my deck before it's no fun for anybody and therefore no fun for me.
Yeah.
Right? Because there is a point where
if everybody's just like, oh, fuck, whatever. Like, it's not fun to do that game.
Because socially, that's not fun. And
Yeah.
strategically, like throughout the game, you're just going to get focused and hate it off the table, which then it becomes not fun.
Yeah.
Because you're not playing anymore because you did. So that's what we're going to talk about, even though we just talked about it for like 10 minutes.
Well, we're going to talk about a little bit more on the show tomorrow.
Yeah.
Episode 470.
70?
Hit our theme song?
Remember?